Hey everybody, this is a video tutorial on how to create riding events with Throttle Junkies, and there really is two ultimate ways that you can do that. The first way we're going to look at is a custom event, one that you'll create and populate with your own information. And you can do that by going to the tabs section at the top of the page and clicking on the More drop down, and that's where you'll find the events. Now sometimes this events tab will change depending on I think Facebook, they've been optimizing it and I've seen it move around a bit, so just take a look for it up in the tab section. Anyways, let's click on the events tab. We're going to hit the create event button, and in there it's going to take us to the in-person or online. Of course, we're going to be meeting on the mountain and meeting in person, so we're going to click that, and it's really just as simple as following the directions as you click through each one of these panels. Very simple to do, easy to do. The other option that I feel really is streamlined, very simple and easy to create. In fact, you should be able to do it in under 30 seconds. Is you want to go to the topics section and click on, in there, the sample event. Now this event will stay in here, and you'll actually start to see more events populate this area. And the reason that's going to be is that most of the details within the event are going to stay the same, but the actual riding geographical locations will change. So it's just as simple as this picture showcasing where the event is going to be hosted. So here you can see this is clearly for Vetter Mountain. In fact, it's down in the description. We're going to click on here, and I'm going to show you how quickly you can create your riding event. Go over to this little section here where the three buttons are, and we're going to go down to duplicate the event. And that took a couple of seconds to do. And it really is that easy. We go in here and now change a few of the details which are going to be suitable for your riding event. You'll see on the top that this will change. Obviously it's me doing this, but you'll be the host. And then we're going to just go in and change the date. I'm going to do this in real time to show you just how quickly this can happen. I'm going to put it for pretty much a year ahead so that it doesn't confuse people on our forum. Put down your event name. I'm just going to put in sample riding event Vetter Mountain, and I think that's a little more descriptive, but you can put in there Vetter Mountain Ride, Vetter, whatever you want to put in there. Get creative with that. Now in the description section you can see that there's a ton of information in here, and this is where you can add or subtract whatever you feel is necessary for your riding event. I'm going to create a group size. This is just a fake one, but we're going to keep it to 8 people. That reminds me also, there's really two types of rides. There's open rides and closed rides. Closed rides are rides that you schedule that are going to be very specific to a certain group of riders, generally people within your group or people that you want to ride with. And open is obviously open to everybody on the forum, and to date we have around, I think, 200 riders, so that's a lot of people to choose from. Anyways, let's move forward. So we've added a bunch of details in here, one specifically the type of ride. So we've got recreational, hard, medium, enduro, race pace, skill development. You get the point. I'm just going to take out these other 3 options, and we're going to make this a recreational ride. Type of trails, well, guess what? We don't really have a plan. We're going to make those decisions on the mountain. So I'm going to take out the other details and leave that. This ride, because it's a recreational ride, it's really casual. I'm going to make it that at this skill level, it's really for newbies, novice, intermediate. But I'm going to take out the advanced and pro because they're probably not wanting to be part of a slow-paced ride, and they want to go out and meet some challenge. The other section in here is this link. Now this link goes to a document that's hosted on Throttle Junkies. If you haven't read this, maybe take a few moments to skim through and read it. You can find it in our important links as well as on our educational units. And I'll put a link in the description below. But this is really about standardizing the individuals that are using our Throttle Junkies group page and helping them understand how to classify and even clarify what specific skill level they might be riding at, so that when you create these riding events and you say, hey, this is for newbies to intermediate plus, there's a real level of understanding of this is what's going to be expected of me, or these are the types of things that I'm going to be doing on the trails with this riding group. Hope that helps. Underneath that is general notes. Now again, leave or take any information from here or add to it. I'm just going to keep all this on here for moving this video forward. And this is our cover photo. That way when people see the event and the cover page, they know exactly where that ride's going to happen. Right at the bottom, you can see here that with one simple click, I can invite all the members of Throttle Junkies by just a simple click of the button. Now, that's for if you want this ride to be open. If you don't want the ride to be open, unclick that, hit create, and it takes really only a couple of seconds and your ride will be created with all of the details that we've edited. So here you can see that there's all your details. That's where they live. Anybody who joins this ride is automatically going to see, type of ride, type of trails, the skill level. And if we had clicked that little blue button to invite everybody from Throttle Junkies, you would see, currently right now we have a couple hundred members, you would actually see about 200 members here invited. This is really cool because all of your information now is centralized in one place, and this is another great feature of doing this, is that you can click on here and see who's coming, who might be coming, who's been invited, and who can't go, who's refused to go. So this obviously would have the number, a couple hundred people, and as people started to say, yeah, I'm going to come, or maybe I can come, this list will start getting populated and you're going to see who's coming along with your ride. Now, a couple of other things that will happen. Now, because this ride is so far into the future, it's not showing you, but there'll also be a weather app that's connected to here, and it's going to show you current up-to-date weather, what's going on for that specific date, which is really handy. And if you're going to edit any information in here, for example, it's really raining out and I want to change this date to another date, whatever suits your schedule. As soon as that gets changed, everybody that's on your list will automatically be updated with those changes. The other really cool thing is that we can add posts in here. So for example, let's meet for breakfast. Any suggestions? And put that on the post. And so it's just a nice way to keep everything all in one area, and really keeps the group healthy and up to date. If there are posts, I just want to show you a couple options here. If there are posts that are kind of moving away from the function of the riding event, for example, people are saying, what are your favorite colors or whatever, you can go in and start deleting some of those posts. I myself have gone in and deleted some posts, not necessarily because it wasn't relevant, but I just really wanted to keep everybody up to date on the important information and keep the ride very specific, and it's really helped out. Now here's that document I was talking about that lives on Throttle Junkies. Let's go take a visit. This is a document that, again, is going to help people really start to clarify and classify. Let's go into intermediate. So we're talking about the terrain that you should be proficient at, what you're going to be facing, some obstacles, what speed you're comfortable at riding at, your bike skill, shifting by, it just goes into very, very specifics and helps people understand what it is that's going to be expected of them or what they should expect on the ride. Now, if we hadn't clicked that little blue button and we wanted to make it private, we could go in here and start typing in people that we want to ride in our group. And I'm just randomly picking people. So any of the guys or gals in our forum will be in this list. You can go through there and actually search for them and start to invite them. So say you wanted a group of 5 people. Well, here's, you just invite those specific 5 people, and Bob's your uncle. You're off to the races. I'm going to cancel that just so those people don't get invited. That's really all that there is about the riding events. There is a couple other things that you can do. You go in here and you copy this link. Now we're going to just click on that link, and I'm going to go back to the Throttle Junkies main page under discussion, and I'm just going to simply paste that link. Check this out. It automatically shares our riding event with the whole community, and this is just to give you a little bit of extra exposure. We're going to put in a little detail. You can keep the link there or remove it. It doesn't really matter. I like to clean it up a little bit. People can click on it. It shows you the growing tally of who's going and who's not going. So I'm just going to X out of that. Now, a couple things. You're going to see your event. Now I've created a couple so you can see that they're here, but this is something that's really cool. Now, this event has been created around my specific riding skills, things that I like to do. I might have a couple of these. I might have one for hard enduro. I might have one for recreational. I might have one for skill development. But what's really cool is you can go back into these events, had a super fun, and guess what? Duplicate it. Now, all I have to do is go in there, change the date. It's that easy. Now, that can be done in under 10 seconds. Everything's already here. And guess what? I'm just going to invite everybody, create, and it's done. That's really the most simplest way to create an event and have a lot of fun on our page. So there's a couple ways of how you can create an event on Throttle Junkies, ways that you can create it and make it really suitable for what you want to do out in the mountain, who is suitable to come on that ride. And it's just a great way of keeping everybody comprised of what's going on in terms of the details of the event, as well as if it's canceled. It's just a great way of keeping everybody up to date.